The WWE Universal Championship. The title's so bad it got booed from the moment people saw it. Oh! Kinda reminds me of my YouTube career. Nice forehead, dude. Oh, what's not to like? Let's take the WWE title, have him spend the night with Eva Marie in the newest Total Divas Bellas episode. It's red. I think it's beautiful. I just wanted to be Santa. Well, at least the match went well. As always, people, the great one. Today I actually wanted to make a Cleverbot video where you talk to this computer, but I've changed my mind. Do you like Primo?
No, not really.
Take that back, you son of a b- Take that back!
Goodbye.
In today's video, we are going to talk about the failure of WWE Universal Championship. The year is 2016. WWE introduced a brand split, so obviously we needed two championships. Dean Ambrose, the guy who looks a lot like that Jon Moxley dude, was the WWE champion at the time, and he got drafted to SmackDown. He also retained the title against Seth Rollins, who got drafted to Raw, so the title stayed on SmackDown. This basically leaves Raw without a championship, so they announced a new one, the WWE Universal title. You may be wondering, why are we not seeing the picture of the championship? Well, actually, before SummerSlam, that was the only picture. Because they decided not to show the championship, because that's how great this championship looks, you know, you gotta make it into a secret. Once SummerSlam comes, the greatest party of the summer, you will see the WWE Universal Championship. It may look like this, you never know. One thing's for sure, you're gonna get excited. SummerSlam 2016, Finn Balor vs Seth Rollins, the first ever Universal Champion is gonna get crowned. Before the match, Stephanie McMahon and Mick Foley revealed the championship, and oh boy, people hated it. It's basically a WWE Championship, but all red. Not accents of red, not just a little bit of red, it was all red. A huge WWE title, a huge red WWE title. The title was so bad, nobody actually focused on the match. The match itself was actually pretty good. We got Finn Balor and Seth Rollins battling it out, you know, to be the first ever champion. But people booed the championship the whole match, so nobody focused. On top of that, during the match, Finn Balor got injured, but he still won the championship. So Finn Balor was the first ever WWE Universal Champion, but he got injured. So that basically means that we are either gonna get a champion who's not active, and trust me, that never happened with Universal Championship. That's funny, the great one. Or the championship is gonna get vacated again, and that's exactly what happened. Next night on Monday Night Raw, Finn Balor relinquished the WWE Universal Championship, so we had no champion again. So there was absolutely nothing positive about the championship. Absolutely nothing. But a new champion was crowned during a fatal 4-way match. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Big Ass. During a pretty awesome match, we got Triple H interfering. We thought he's gonna help Seth Rollins, but he actually attacked Seth Rollins, gave him a pedigree, allowing Kevin Owens to win the WWE Universal Championship. So that was one of the most unpredictable outcomes of the match, because we thought we knew that either Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns is actually gonna win that championship. Kevin Owens held that championship for 188 days. It wasn't a good title reign, but compared to other Universal Championship reigns, it was actually pretty good. The biggest negative was Kevin Owens always looked very weak. It wasn't the same Kevin Owens who faced John Cena. It was Kevin Owens who always needed protection from Chris Jericho. Speaking of that, Chris Jericho actually really helped that title reign. Because of Chris Jericho, this championship reign he wasn't a good champion, but he was very entertaining. Monday Night Raw was actually watchable just because of Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens. Some of the funniest moments we ever got on Monday Night Raw. And there was always this hope for Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens for the WWE Universal Championship. I mean, that's the whole point. But yeah, we didn't get that. Kevin Owens actually lost the championship before WrestleMania. But you know what? I think it was worth it. At least he lost the championship to a young superstar who really deserved a main event spot at WrestleMania. Goldberg. Yeah, Goldberg won the match in a few seconds. Yeah, Jericho distracted Kevin Owens, but still, that was a waste of time, waste of a reign. You're telling me that Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania really desperately needs a championship on the line? A red one? I don't think so. Mostly because of that moment, a lot of fans couldn't take Goldberg seriously and actually cheered for Brock Lesnar. So at WrestleMania, when Brock Lesnar, in actually a pretty decent match, I gotta say, won against Goldberg, people really popped for that, for a heel. Goldberg lost the championship after 27 days, another wasted championship title reign. What was the point? If we got Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens for the championship, at least everyone would be talking about how great the story was. The build-up was absolutely amazing. And it ended with the Universal Championship, the same championship that Chris Jericho actually helped Kevin Owens retain. Well, wasn't the last time that happened. Talking about Brock Lesnar as a champion would either take me hours or minutes to explain. 503 days as part-time champion. At first, I hated it. Everyone hated it. Now looking back, I realize he was actually the only good WWE Universal Champion. And that is saying something. Sure, it was kinda stupid that we didn't get that championship on Monday Night Raw, but at the end of the day, there are also a bunch of positives. The biggest one being, Brock Lesnar made sure he looks important, the championship is looking important. It was a big deal when that championship was on Monday Night Raw. He was such a strong champion, such a legit champion that barely anyone can actually touch him. And if the champion is looking strong, the championship is looking legit too. Even if it's red. However, most of you will agree Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar rivalry was really bad. It had its moments, but you have Brock Lesnar, someone that people are supposed to hate and most people were tired of him, and then you have Roman Reigns, someone that WWE wants at the top, but nobody else wants except for kids. So it was like, okay, I'm not winning either way. It seems like WWE didn't learn. There's a big difference between this rivalry and a rivalry like John Cena versus CM Punk. Nobody wants John Cena on the top. Everyone wants CM Punk on the top. That's what she said. So, in this situation, however, most fans didn't win either way. It was also interesting how most of the time Brock Lesnar actually retained the championship, even at WrestleMania. But we got SummerSlam 2018. Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, and you know what? Roman Reigns finally takes that championship from Brock Lesnar. It was pretty okay. Sure, the match was bad, and like I've said, nobody cared because nobody wins, but at least it showed that we are in a new era, Roman Reigns era. Again, and maybe this time it's actually going to be a lot more entertaining. It was a 63-day title reign, and WWE didn't really want Roman Reigns to get booed, so they used the Shield again, and it didn't feel the same. It was very obvious, why the Shield was back. But unfortunately, we got one of the worst wrestling news of all time. Roman Reigns had to relinquish the Universal Championship because Roman Reigns was battling leukemia again. The championship is vacated again. WWE Crown Jewel. Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman vacated Universal Championship. Everyone saw this match as the last chance for Braun Strowman. People already got tired of the guy because he never actually won the championship. So it was like, okay, this must be it. Obviously, they're not gonna give the championship to Brock Lesnar again. Well, poop. Brock Lesnar wins the championship, he's a champion again, and he held that championship for another 156 days. So people were basically watching the same thing again. People never cared about Braun Strowman, even right now, trust me. Another horrible decision by the WWE. Enter Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar. Roman Reigns is out, they need a new babyface. Seth Rollins was more than perfect for that. His WWE Intercontinental Championship title reign was absolutely amazing. He made that championship look legit. Matches against Dolph Ziggler always delivered. So it was Seth Rollins' turn to go for the Universal Championship. People loved him. And you know what? At WrestleMania, he actually did it. He won the WWE Universal Championship. So everything is good. We got Seth Rollins as a champion, and he's kind of the babyface, the face of the WWE at the moment. Well, the only issue is the title reign sucked. You know how to kill the fans' interest in a championship title reign? Put King Corbin in it. Yeah. So people had to watch for months King Corbin versus Seth Rollins in different variations. And trust me, nobody gave a I still remember that as one of the worst eras of Monday Night Raw. People quickly turned on Seth Rollins because everything felt forced. It got boring real quick. To make things worse, Brock Lesnar won the Money in the Bank contract without being in a match. Although I gotta admit it was entertaining, for sure. He cashed in that baby at Extreme Rules and won the WWE Universal Championship again. Really? Again? From Rollins to Lesnar, and now I don't want to see either of these as champions. And now we will have to watch that match again. Just after 28 days, Seth Rollins won that championship back at SummerSlam, but people didn't really care. Most people. That championship reign was already tainted. It was actually supposed to be a longer championship title reign, but it only lasted for 80 days. Why? Well, because that's one of the most interesting Universal Championship stories. The Fiend versus Seth Rollins. WWE actually did something good for once, introduced a brand new character, The Fiend. And as you can imagine, most people absolutely loved it. But there's one problem. The Fiend cannot lose. If you want to make sure he looks strong, The Fiend cannot lose. And this is where we got a problem. WWE really wanted a big match. Seth Rollins, the champion, versus Bray Wyatt. Sounds interesting. The only issue is they don't really want to put the championship on The Fiend. It was a Hell in a Cell match, one of the most destructive matches in WWE history. Anything goes, anything can happen. Turns out, a disqualification, referee stoppage is also possible in that match. How are you feeling, McFoley? That was one of the worst moments in WWE history. I don't think I've ever seen something like this. The Fiend is not even a human being. He's the toughest WWE superstar of all time. He is supposed to be portrayed as that. But the referee felt sorry for The Fiend and he stopped the match for The Fiend. People booed the crap out of this match. We heard AEW chants and it was absolutely disgusting. It was absolutely disgusting what they did to that type of match. Hell in a Cell is not like this. But WWE knew that they messed up, and after that, oh boy, Seth Rollins was hated. Even more. That was the moment when WWE realized we either gotta turn Seth Rollins heel or just give the championship to Bray Wyatt. So we got the final match at Saudi. Seth Rollins, Bray Wyatt. People didn't care because they thought they knew that WWE are going to pull a prank again. But it was a shock when The Fiend actually won the WWE Universal Championship. All of a sudden, everything felt right again. When SmackDown moved to Fox, they picked The Fiend. So the championship and The Fiend moved to SmackDown. It was a 118-day title reign, and it was pretty okay. We got cool matches against The Miz, Daniel Bryan, actually pretty legit storylines. But we got the same issue that we got with most champions. And that is the way they lose the title. Goldberg is back and he wants the WWE Universal Championship. Okay, that's awesome. The Fiend versus Goldberg. Goldberg is actually going to lose to The Fiend and Fiend is gonna look even stronger. That's the way WWE should do things. Okay, I was all for it, man. It's obvious that Goldberg is not gonna take that championship from The Fiend. Someone that WWE are so careful about, you know? So we got the match. Oh, look, a spear, a jackhammer. That's funny. Okay. That really happened? Is Goldberg is the new Universal Champion? He beat The Fiend? For what? For obvious reasons. I'm next. That's all it took for Roman Reigns to get that championship opportunity. I'm next. And you know what? I didn't win the Royal Rumble, but why nobody just takes the championship opportunity like that? You know? Yeah, Drew won the Royal Rumble match. He had to win something. I just came and said, I'm next. Can I do that? Can I just go to, who's the champion right now? Braun Strowman and say I'm next? Can I say that? You want to get these hands? Strowman, you want to get these hands? Can I do that? Okay. So it was absolutely horrible. And that was the only reason Fiend lost the championship. Just so we could get Goldberg versus Roman Reigns in a match where Roman Reigns takes that championship. Just because they knew that people don't want to see Roman Reigns beating The Fiend. So, in WWE's mind, they thought that, okay, people are gonna hate Goldberg for this, and they really gonna want Roman Reigns as a champion. People are smarter than that, most people, you know? It's funny because that was the time when we couldn't have a crowd anymore, so Roman Reigns actually left for his safety. And that left the WWE Universal Champion Goldberg without a challenger. So WWE took the championship from the Fiend for no reason whatsoever. Instead, we got Goldberg versus Braun Strowman. That was a okay match, I guess, for a Goldberg match, and he won the championship. So yeah, Roman Reigns was supposed to take that championship. My issue is, okay, you made a mistake. Roman Reigns cannot be at WrestleMania. Goldberg won the championship. That was stupid. Okay, so what do we do right now? Well, at least make sure Goldberg is a legit champion. To make people think that he didn't win the championship for no reason whatsoever, he held that championship for a month without a single defense. The best case scenario was Goldberg retaining that championship and actually retaining that championship for like 3 more pay-per-views. So you're like, okay, that was a decent title reign, someone take that championship and you're not as mad. And now it was like, okay, they brought back the guy for no reason. This brings us to our current WWE Universal Champion, Braun Strowman. If that happened 2 or 3 years ago, people would actually think it's pretty awesome. But now, people know he sucks. What's gonna happen in the future? I don't know. So far, I believe he is the most boring WWE Universal Champion of all time. Or Balor, which would actually make a lot more sense. But no. So as you can see, there's absolutely nothing positive about this championship. Whether it's blue, or red, or green, there's nothing positive about this championship. If only there was a classic world title with a lot of prestige they could bring back. I don't think so. Yeah, can't think of anything.